Hi everyone, welcome to a poker vlog with a bit of a difference. Poker with kids.
Fuck it, let's go. Don't tease me. Let's play some fucking cards.
Welcome to vlog number 28. We're at Tweed Heads, Seagulls Leagues Club for QPC, the WPT League's Quarterly Poker Championship. Queensland Quarterly Poker Championship ironically played in New South Wales, but that's beside the point. Anyway, this is a series that's run over 5 days in mid-July. Looks like a decent series. At the moment, the budget's a little tight. It just moved into a new house, so a lot of expenses have gone towards things for the new house. So only planning on playing a handful of events unless I run deep in a few events early on. But we'll see how we go. We're going to start off today. This is the Wednesday night. Starting off with event number 3, the $35 deep stack. Looks like it's got a pretty decent structure. I think there's a $2,000 or $3,000 guarantee on the prize pool, so should be a decent kind of event. And first, probably about 3 or 4 events I'm looking to play. There's a short deck and a Royal Hold'em event later in the series, and I might play an Omaha event depending on how we're doing. But looks like a decent series. See how we go, and we'll give you some updates a bit later on. Just a few different shots. This is the general playing hall upstairs in the auditorium at Seagulls. Got quite a few tables set up for the event. This is a quick shot during the event, and in the background you can actually see the long lines for registration. This is the feature table setup that they have, which looks pretty sweet. And a nice little touch for this one, they actually have both rings and trophies for tournament winners. So we've got a few of the rings and trophies there, and a bracelet for the main event, and the bigger trophy for the main event winner, and some smaller trophies for the side events to go with the rings. Photo of me in action during the deep stack event, and the starting stack of 30,000 in tournament chips. This is shortly after the big double up in the first level and at the break, and we get to having some hands. First break of event number 3 at the QPC, the $35 deep stack event. Tables playing 8-handed, start with 30,000 in chips, and doing pretty well. They managed to eliminate a player and double up. I'm up to about 65k at the first break. Really one big hand of note. Basically, under the gun player raised to 700 with the blinds at 100, 200. Had a couple of calls. I was in the small blind with ace king. Thought about 3-betting, but decided against it. Decided just to flat call the 700, and the big blind came along as well. So we're 5 ways to the flop. Flop was ace 7-6, 2 spades. All those suits are actually irrelevant. Checked to the under the gun player who bet 15.75, folded around to me, and I made the call. Turn was a king, offsuit. I checked him, he bet 4k. I check raised to 11,000, and he called, and the river was an offsuit 10. Yes, a couple of straight draws completed the river, but I can't really see him playing 8-9 or Queen Jack this way, so I shoved the river, 14k effective. I had him covered. He had about 14k. He thinks for probably just under a minute, 45 seconds, something like that. Eventually calls. I turn over my ace king and he mucks. So get a double up and do it nicely. So 65k at break number 1. Off to a good start. Let's see if we can keep it going. At the break, they were doing $15 flips for main event seats worth $150.
Okay, here we go. We've got seat 1, seat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gotta be some picture cards coming. No ace left, so this is an 80. No one's got a king. Got an ace. Got a 7. 7, 7.
Eights are good.
Eight's a good score. 9. I've got a 9 over there. 6, 7, 9.
Scotty.
Anyone with 2 hearts?
6-3 or hearts?
6-3 hearts. We've got a flush draw. We do too. And I've got a 5. 9-6. 9-6. Anyone beat 9-6? Can anybody beat 9-6? No. Seat number.
This is what was left of my stack after losing the big hand with Queens against Jacks, and shortly after the double up going into the break. Quick update, break number 2. Things were doing fantastic until about 3 minutes before the break. I'd been sort of slowly chipping up, lost a couple of hands, but I was like sitting on around 60, 70k, similar to what I had at the first break. Then got involved in a big hand just before the break. We had a lady who was in middle position, blinds at 2k, 4k, she opened for 10. Going to small blind, called for 10. I shove in the big blind with pocket queens. The lady in mid position, tank folds. Later on she said she folded pocket 10s. Guy in the small blind says, I don't think I can fold this hand, ends up calling with jacks. And the board runs out with a jack on the turn, so double him up for, I think it was 58k. So would have been a nice pot, 130k or so in the pot, but doesn't go my way. Ended up back down to like about 4.5, 5k. Got it in the next hand from the small blind with ace high, and that was good hold. So at the break, I'm up to, well, I say up, but 13k at the break. Hang around, see how we go, and I think we're going back to 3k, 6k blinds. So the fun of 2 big blinds. But that is how tournament poker goes sometimes, and see how we go. And the last shot of the chip stack before the bust out. And the final update from Seagulls, the walk of shame to the car park. Went back after the second break, actually doubled up first hand back, picked up pocket queens again. This time I actually tripled up, got up to around 40k. Hung around that stack for a few orbits. Blinds eventually got up to 5k, 10k, had 33k in a small blind, looked down at pocket 3s. The big blind woke up with a6 and 6 on the turn, so I'm gone. Not a bad field. Ended up with 200 runners, not bad for a $35 buy-in. Beat the guarantee, so you're looking at a 6k prize pool with 1,400 for first. So a pretty nice first place for $30 tournament. Obviously, it's one of those things where you just have to run good at the right time. I used up my run good a bit earlier in the evening. So no good for the deep stack event. Looks like I'll be back, probably be back tomorrow for, I think it's the short deck tomorrow. So might be back for that one. So see how we go in that one. But that's it for vlog number 28, the QPC first one I played. So like, share, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. But see you again soon.